You're welcome back to our page, Edenise Technologies. We are still on our tutorial video on MS Word tutorial for beginners. In the previous segment, we were able to look at how to add and format text, creating and managing lists, and how to use the proofing tools. In this segment, we'll be looking at working with text boxes, working with images and shapes, adjusting page appearance, and of course, converting to other formats. Of course, we know that the most popular format of conversion from MS Word to other format is PDF. We'll be looking at it briefly. Let's get started. Welcome back. In this first segment of our lesson, we will be looking at working with text boxes. And over here in the ribbon, in the Insert tab, we have various options of drop-downs that you can work on. But here at the right corner of your ribbon, you have the text boxes. And drop-downs of options you have here are various or different kinds of text box that you may wish to use to buttress your point, probably in your document. For example, have the simple text box, have the alphabet quote, have the alphabet sidebar, and numerous other text boxes. For the sake of this video, I will be making use of the simple text box. As you can see, we have already inserted our text box, okay? And let us try to add some text in it. God. Yeah, we have succeeded in adding text to the text box. You notice immediately that immediately I click on our text box that there is an additional ribbon that appeared right on the top, as you can see right on your screen, and this is called the format ribbon. This format ribbon enables us to edit what is in the text box, and it also will help us to format what is in the text box and see how options in the text box can interact with the text already we have in the page. So the text box can be moved around to any point you want it, but at the same time you can as well wrap the text box to either interact with the document, and this you will do by clicking on the text box. Once you click on the text box, you go right up to this place, you have text wrap, and then in this drop down you have different options. You have inline text, you have square, you have tight, you have through, you have top and bottom, behind text, in front text, and all the rest. But for the sake of this video, we'll be making use of top and bottom. So with this we'll be able to see that our text box is actually aligning together with the text in the document, so that the text in the document is apparently in line with the text box, and the text box is not disorganizing the text in the document. So that is the help of the top and bottom text wrap in using text boxes. Here also we can as well choose to add or format the text box by adding text field to it or text color. You may choose any color of your choice. You can as well use the outline shape color. And then at the same time, you can increase the weight of the outline shape so that the line there will be visible, as you can see. At the same time, you can as well use the word art to write in your text boxes. Here is the word art you can use to write in your text box. Probably we'll give it a trial. Let's say that what we need in the text box is simple introduction. So we're going to use any of the options in the word art to represent that. So we are typing introduction. So this is an example of word art style used in text box. Now, there is one thing we need to know about the text box. You can as well adjust this text box using the nodes here to magnify it, as you can see what we are doing on your screen. But you are advised not to use the center one, this and this, in magnifying your text boxes, because it's going to make the content of the text box either look fainty or to look not to look brighter as it should be. So it's advisable you use the edge nodes to either magnify your text box or the left down node to adjust it as well at any point in time you want to adjust your text box. So that is that about using the text box. And then there is another thing you will want also to know. You can also adjust the width and the height of your text box using the options at the sides at the right hand corner of the ribbon, as you are seeing here. So once you are able to adjust it here, you can as well use the nodes to make the same adjustment. And anytime, any day you want to readjust it, you can as well use this option here, the shape and height adjustment size, to adjust your text boxes. So that is that about using the text box. Another option we are going to be looking at is in our lesson 2 today is working with images and shapes. You just have to press the enter key to give us more space to write. Lesson 2. Working with images and shapes. And now, if you are conversant with the ribbon, as we already explained in the first segment of this video, in the introductory part, where we explain the options in the ribbons. Now you also notice that shapes and images can also be found in the Insert tab. Shapes and images can also be found in the Insert tab. Over here is our Insert tab, and here are Shapes drop down. So once you click on the shape options, there are different types of shapes you can find here. Any one of them you want to use, you can select it and then you use it. So for the sake of this video, I may just make use of a triangle as one of our shapes, for example. So you notice that there is something like a cross-like shape that appears. This is what is going to help you to draw the triangle shape. This one is going to help you to draw the triangle shape. Let's just go over to the next page, so that what we'll be doing here will be visible. All right. So this is one of our shapes, and you can see that the shape came immediately with a shape fill. And you click on the shape, and then you have the format option appears. The format option appears, and then in this shape you can as well write on it or change the text field or the shape outline to remove the color in it. So this you do by clicking on the shape field right up here, and then you click on no fill. Notice immediately that the color blue, which was there by default, has been removed. And then I may choose also to add any other color of my choice in that shape. Let's add the color green. And then I want to magnify the shape outline so that it will be visible. At the same time, you go to shape outline, and then you go to weight, and then increase the weight either to 4.5%. So you notice immediately that the shape outline has been magnified so that you'll be able to see the shape of that triangle very well. So let's remove the shape color so that we'll be able to write right inside this triangle. So let's write intro, for example. So here in this triangle, we have been able to write on it just like the same way the text boxes work. That is the same way shapes also works. And don't forget that you can as well duplicate the shape. So how can you duplicate the shape? By simply you click on the shape, and then you press Ctrl D. Notice immediately that the shape has been duplicated, and then we have two triangles right before us. Two triangles right before us. So right in the first triangle we have introduction, and this second triangle we are going to have lesson 1. Now, as we rightly demonstrated when we are using the text boxes, the same thing is applicable in the shapes. So if you go right up to the ribbons here, you have also the text wrap. This is where you can as well either make the text, the shape to interact properly with the text you have, as we demonstrated when we are working with the text boxes. The same thing is applicable here. And another option that we want to outline here is using the shape style. There are different shape styles you can use to make this shape look either presentable or to look differently from what it used to be. And the options here are many. And once you click on the drop down here, you can choose any of the shape style that you want to present to your audience. And then we are making use of this one for the sake of this video. So that is that about using shapes and then how to make the shape interact with the text. In the next segment of our video, we'll be looking at adjusting the page appearance and then converting to other format. And I believe this video will be beneficial to you, and your comments in the comment section will be an avenue for us to know whether this video is beneficial to you and will help us to improve in our subsequent video. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channels, Edenise Technologies, by clicking on the notification bell to get notified about upcoming and new edifying contents. Be contained in the page. Notice that the picture is gradually becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. Now we are able to wrap our image. The reason why we wrap this image is to enable us move this image around in the document. Now, if you look at the options at the ribbons here, there are various things that can happen to this image to make it compatible to what you want. Number one is removing of background. If you go to the left top corner of this document, you will see the option remove background. The background is to enable you remove other images behind this picture. If you look at this picture, is a picture taken either in a mall, and then we want to remove the background in it. So we simply go over to the remove background. And now you notice that the picture has been highlighted with a purple color, showing that some angle of that picture is due to be removed. That is the background that are visible. So what we'll do now is to click delete marked area. So we click on the delete marked area and then we click keep change. You notice that the background of that picture has been removed. And now there are other options here also. We see the brightness. If you want to change the brightness of this picture, you can choose it from these options here. Any of these options you choose, the effect is automatically going to happen in the picture as you are seeing right on the screen. And also you can as well change the color of this picture to black and white. So any color you want this picture to appear, you can as well choose from the options as you have here. There are also another option you can explore, the artistic effect. The artistic effect, depending on how you want this picture to look like, either as a 3D picture, you can as well use it. Is that like a tie, a wall tie, or whatever, or whichever form or format you want to use in this picture, you can as well use it. Now you have also in the picture style. This picture style is more or less like a frame. Now you can choose any of these to frame the picture you have chosen, or if the ones visible at the ribbons here are not compatible with what you want, then you can choose from the option in the drop downs here. So, and I wish to use this one. this picture frame to beautify this picture for my own personal use. So that is that about inserting picture in Microsoft Word. The next thing we are going to be looking at is how to adjust page appearance. How to adjust page appearance. To adjust our page appearance, we simply go over to the page layout. And in the page layout, you see options in this page layout. Number one is the margin. So in this margin, you see top and left one inch, and then you see the narrow option, you see the moderate option, you see the wide, the mirrored, and the office default margin. So let's look at the narrow. If you look at the left corner of this page, you see that the ruler is limiting us from writing at this left corner. The same thing happens at this right corner. The ruler also limits us from writing at this place. Then let's say we want to magnify the page so that we'll be able to write more in the page. We'll go over to that margin and choose the mirror margin. You notice immediately that the mirror margin, there is a kind of space. So to enable you understand better what we have just done, we'll click on Control Home so that we'll be able to see it. Look at the top corner of this. See that the space between the writing and the edge of the ruler has been magnified more than it used to be. So that is that about setting up a margin. The next one there is the page orientation. So the page orientation is either in portrait, which our work is currently, or in landscape, when you are making use of something like a postcard or an invitation card, you can use the landscape. So for the sake of this video, we are making use of the portrait. So we can as well look at the size. The size is just like the paper size. So we have here the paper size of A4, and then we have the legal, and then the tabloid. We also have the executive, the A3, the A4, the A5, and all the various options of paper. And any of these options you choose, the document is going to take that shape automatically. So that is that about page margin, page orientation, and page size. So the next thing we'll be looking at is the page border. And here in the page border, you see you have the drop down of options of different types of border you want the page to take, and then we are choosing the boss border. Immediately you click on the boss border, you can as well change the style by increasing the width of that border. So we are taking this option, for example, and then we are clicking the option OK. Notice immediately that there is a black shaded border that goes around the page, and that is what is called the page border. And then there is also another option, the page color. So we have different types of page color depending on how you want your work to look like. If at all you need that page color, but peradventure you want to beautify your document by adding a color to the page, you can make the options, select the options from the ones you can see above in the page layout. For the sake of this document, we are making use of this particular option. Now, we want to add a header and a footer to identify this work in this document. So we simply go over to the Insert tab, and here in the options we have the header and we have the footer. The header is just like the heading tag of your document and the name you want that document to bear. And the footer can as well be a page number that you want to identify that particular document with. So we are going first of all with the header. Then we are clicking on the header, So we are using the document type. We're using the document type, and in the document type, we have to type in the name we want this document to bear, and we are calling it, for example, Introduction to Microsoft Word. Introduction to MS Word. And then the year in which this document is published, 2025. And now you close the header. Automatically, whenever you move to the next page, this header is going to appear in the right corner of the top of the page as the heading of that particular page. And if we want to insert the footer, we also go to the Insert tab and click on the footer note. And then we want to use the number footer. So we'll select the number footer. And automatically this is number 1. And then we'll close the footer. So that is that about adjusting page appearance, adding header and footer, and then looking at, we have also been able to look at page margin, page orientation, page size, and page color, and then page border. The next option we will be looking at immediately by the end of this segment is adding of watermark. Adding of watermark. To add watermark, you go also to the page layout. And in the page layout, you have the option watermark. So watermark is a kind of inscription that makes your document to be confidential so that no one will be able to pirate it. So it makes your work personal to you. So for the sake of this video, we will be exploring some of the options of watermark that Microsoft has made available for us. So let's choose any of these. Any of these you choose will automatically appear in each of the pages. And if you want to customize the watermark on your own, you can choose from the option here, custom watermark. So in the custom watermark, you can either use text, no watermark, or to use picture. And I want to use text to customize this work. Introduction to MS Word. Then we're going to apply it and then close the tab. If you notice immediately in this page, we have inserted a watermark in this page, Introduction to MS Word, and it will be personal to me, who is the owner of this page. No other person will be able to pirate this work or will be able to edit it because I have personalized this as my own document. So in this segment of our video, we have been able to look at how to insert image, how to insert shapes and work with them. We have also been able to look at how to adjust page appearance, how to adjust the page margin, page orientation, page size, how to add watermark, how to add page color, page border, and of course how to insert the header and a footer. Now, let's go over now and save this document. We'll save this document by pressing Ctrl S. Because this document has not been saved before, so immediately we press the option Ctrl S, Microsoft is going to give us option to save this document as. So we are going to save this document as Introduction to MS Word. And now we are going over to the next segment of this video, which is converting to other formats. Now we want to convert this document from MS Word to PDF. So what are we going to do? How are we going to achieve this? We come over to Save as Type and then go choose from the drop down of options here. We click on this and we'll choose PDF. And then once we have chosen PDF, we'll save this work and automatically it will be converted into a PDF document. Here we are. This presentation has been converted into a portable document format, PDF, and at the same time, it remains in the other part of it as Microsoft Word document. So that brings us to the end of this segment, and we hope that you find this video interesting to you. Leave us with your comment at the comment section, and do not forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to our page Edunice Technologies for more edifying contents.